There's a pennant race in Pittsburgh, and fans are fired up for baseball. The Pirates return home for their final regular season homestand of the 2013 season. The first of 4 with the Cubs before the Padres come in, and then the Cincinnati Reds, and the Pirates remain just a game back of the Cardinals for that National League Central Division title. The Cardinals play the Brewers tonight. The Reds have this day off. Well, he's back from Paris. Steve Blass returned the other day. You got a chance to see what this place has been like, the Western Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh area, Steve. They are fired up for baseball.
Absolutely, Greg, and I really don't know how much help I'm going to be to you tonight, because I'm feeling more like a fan than an analyst. And, you know, everything's been exciting all year, but now we got it right in front of us. The last homestand of the regular season, the first game of that homestand. I couldn't wait to get to the ballpark. I think I speak for a lot of people in Pittsburgh. We can't wait to get this one going. It's going to be exciting. So why don't we just go ahead and cue up the anthem?
Well, that'll be coming up in just a moment, and Jeff Locke will get the start. Locke pitched well enough his last time out, Steve, for the Pirates to say, okay, let's give him another start tonight.
Absolutely, and I think for Jeff Locke, it's all about throwing more strikes. Not necessarily in the middle of the hitting zone, but want to get him back to where he was the first part of the season when he was working the corners, a high volume of strikes on the corners, not in that hitting zone. And if he gets that inside call, I think that's always a step forward for him. But I've got confidence in Jeff Locke against the Chicago Cubs tonight here at PNC Park.
Now, the Pirates love playing here at PNC Park. They are 45-25 in their home yard, the 4th best record in all of Major League Baseball. The pennant race is on in the Burgh. The Buccos and the Cubbies are coming up next.
First neighborhoods are those 3 rivers. We Are Family isn't some memory from the 70s. It's still how we feel about our buccos. Instead of Pops, Candy, and the Cobra, it's Kutch, El Toro, and the Shark Tank. The times change, but the feelings don't. We are family. Let's go Bucs.
And ready for their Pirates to take the field. The Pirates begin an 11-game homestand. The first of 4 with the Cubs, then 4 with the Padres, and 3 with the Cincinnati Reds. They start the day. A game back with the Cardinals in the Central, and here they come.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your Pittsburgh Pirates.
Welcome home.
I don't think I've ever seen this before. A standing ovation like this. It's wonderful. They don't want it to stop. They don't want to stop.
And this is the way it's been. The math is so simple now, Greg, that everybody's aware of it. I mean, it's up close and personal. They can see the finish line and know where their Pirates are, and they are so happy to have the Buccos on this field on this Thursday night. That's great. That's a welcome. I mean, that's legit.
So Jeff Locke tries to improve on his last start.
Yeah, his numbers brought to you by Chevrolet. Start number 28 on the season. And I got the feeling for Jeff, it's about strikes. Pitching out in front, getting people to chase borderline pitches, and they'll do more of that when you're ahead in the count. Simple as that. It is going to be fun. It's going to be an exciting homestand. As you saw from that welcome, these folks are ready to watch their Buccos. It's great. Just great.
Check out the lineup for Dale Swaim's Cubs. With Starlin Castro leading off, and Darwin Barney and Anthony Rizzo. Donnie Murphy hits cleanup. Junior Lake has been a fine surprise. His call up, hitting 400 against lefties. Wellington Castillo, Darnell McDonald, Ryan Sweeney, and Chris Russin against the lefty Jeff Locke. Locke's second start this season against the Chicago Cubs. It's his fourth career start. And his ball won a fastball up high to Starlin Castro.
Jeff Locke, 10 days of rest approximately before his last start. They gave him a time to kind of collect himself physically, maybe mentally, just to shut it down for a little bit. But, did okay against the Cardinals.
And that's okay as he gets the ball hit right to Harrison, where Harrison was played almost behind second. Well, see Josh Harrison, and we meet the rest of the Pirates defensively. Jose Tabata, Andrew McCutcheon, and Marlon Byrd. Pedro Alvarez, Jordy Mercer on the left side. Justin Morneau joins Josh Harrison on the right side, and Russell Martin is behind the plate. And Harrison, as we said a couple starts back with a lefty on the mound, this is how Clint Hurdle wants to do it. He wants to stack the deck with guys like Harrison and Mercer against lefties. And strike is called on Darwin Barney. Why not? The Pirates have had a lot of success against lefties, especially the second half of the season. As this pitch is taken for a ball, Barney is hitting .215. 7 home runs and 40 runs batted in. Gold Glove second baseman of the Cubs. And a strike. And Steve mentioned this a few moments ago. This is something that Locke was not getting 5 days ago when he tried to go inside and hit those corners. He was not getting borderline calls. His last start from home plate umpire Larry Vanover.
You got that one from Paul Nauert.
And a dribbler.
See, that's what happens. He's ahead in the count, so they can't afford to take those kind of pitches. That's a borderline pitch. If the batter's ahead in that count, he's going to probably take that pitch. Can't do much with it. That's the difference.
So Paul Nauert plays a critical role here tonight for Jeff Locke. Doug Eddings at first. Dana DeMuth, the crew chief, is at second base. Mike Esterbrook at third. We'll be watching that as Locke continue to try and bust those right-hand hitters inside. That fastball up and in on the struggling Anthony Rizzo.
We'll try to bust him inside too, just to take that power away from him.
Rizzo fights that off and gets it to right field, and there's a quick 1-2 per inning for Jeff Locke. Half inning in the books. Pirates will come to bat against Chris Russin. Tires aside in order to begin the ball game. The lineup brought to you by Toyota. Josh Harrison will be followed by Jordy Mercer, hitting .433 against lefties. Andrew McCutchen. That'll be Justin Morneau, Marlon Byrd. Pedro Alvarez hits 6th. Russell Martin, Jose Tabata, and Jeff Locke.
And they'll line up against 26-year-old left-hander Chris Russin. Ain't no stopping us now. Doesn't look like the Pirates are going to get stopped. Chris Russin making start number 11, 26 years old, out of Detroit, Michigan, University of Kentucky. Beat the Pirates in one of 2 starts last year. Eight and 7 at AAA this year as a International League All-Star. 3rd start against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Last time out, Russin, a no decision against the Brewers. Gave up a couple of runs, 7 hits, walked a couple in 3 2/3 innings. Josh Harrison's numbers at the big league level this season. He is hitting .412 against lefties. 14 out of 34.
So he comes inside nicely, as Jeff Locke did. Both these left-handers 0-2 in their last 4 starts. Russin and Locke. His last win was a little over a month ago.
Ooh, hit by the pitch. The Pirates will take it. Harrison is on. Russin hits Harrison to start the bottom of the 1st.
Now, got the shin guard on, but still got a piece of him on the side, I think.
I'll sting a little bit. Jay Hay aboard. Here's Mercer, those good numbers also against lefties. Ball 1 on Jordy Mercer.
Talked a little bit about the control issues for Jeff Locke. Russin has had some issues too. 53 innings, 21 walks. Higher number than he'd like to have.
Chris Basio, pitching coach. Mercer went 6 for 13 on that 9-game trip. Career high 4 hits on Tuesday in Texas. And Harrison might be thinking about running. He's stolen 3 out of 4.
And a decent move by Russin. Got Josh's attention for sure.
Castillo has thrown out 23% of the runners trying to steal this season, and again, like we hear all the time, even on the road, they don't like it. And the opposing pitcher throws over to first. As Harrison tries to maybe extend the lead a bit. This time Russin goes home, and maybe a little bit that attention is on Harrison's team. He falls behind 2-0.
That's your job, Josh, to get his attention, divert his attention, split it between yourself at first base and the batter.
Line towards center, but right at the center fielder, Sweeney.
Still well hit right on the button by Jordy.
Andrew McCutchen, Barrel Automotive League leader since August the 1st. Since August the 1st, you take a look at the number of hits in that month and the number of hits this month. He's hitting .469. First couple of weeks of September, hitting .364 against the Cubs this season.
If there's one thing better than being hot in June and July, it's being hot in August and September. And there's your man.
He was super hot in July and August of June and July last year, but not as hot in August and September, and it's starting to rain here.
There was a heavy shower here, around 5:30,
Yeah.
5 o'clock, and I mean, it dumped.
This is more of a heavy drizzle, so people are taking cover.
Yeah, well, it always has stopped, so be okay.
Slowed it down there. It's 1 ball and 1 strike on Andrew McCutchen. Harrison dancing off that bag.
And don't think that Russin doesn't see that, even though he's in his delivery to home plate.
Inside, 2 balls and a strike on Andrew McCutchen. Yeah, a lot of people think that. That's your man for MVP.
And they'll have to watch Harrison now because Russin is not a big swing and a miss type of guy. 30 strikeouts in 53 innings. That's not a high number, so you expect contact.
And staying away from a fastball to McCutchen, and 3-1 now. Russin, who not afraid to throw the changeup, curveball, just about any count. Also throws the cutter. But down the count, 3-1, as McCutchen is riding a 9-game hitting streak. And of course, McCutchen bats .391 against lefties, second behind only Starling Marte in the National League.
Kind of think you'll see Josh take off here.
3-2. Justin Morneau is on deck. Full count. Through McCutchen, a fastball, 3-1. Anthony Rizzo holds Harrison on at first. There goes Harrison, and it's lined to the shortstop. Oh, dropped! But the out is going to be called. It's going to be a double play.
They say he was in the act of throwing.
They are going to say that, and boy, Clint Hurdle doesn't believe it. Dana DeMuth called him out. Here comes Clint Hurdle. No way, says Josh Harrison. Starlin Castro looked as though he never really had control of the ball. And according to DeMuth, it was when he went in to get it out of his glove that he dropped it in exchange to throw it first for a double play.
Clint can't win the argument, but he's stating his case. Strictly judgment.
So the Pirates had a couple of line drive outs. This one leads to a double play. 0-0. the liner, and we'll see. Castro never did have control of it. Dana DeMuth not otherwise, but you'll see. He never has control there, and he tries to get into his hand, never does, drops it. DeMuth calls the batter out, calls it a line drive out. There's even a better look in our Allegheny Health Network Supermo.
Yeah, you never stop seeing the white baseball. It never gets secured by the glove.
So Hurdle had a good argument.
Yeah, he really did.
So did Harrison. Harrison had the best.
So down we go.
You know, Darwin Barney was pointing to second base there, I thought, Steve, in that shot, which would lead me to believe that Barney thought the same thing we did.
Oh, yeah.
He was pointing to second like you need to throw here because you dropped the ball.
And even that would have been a mistake because Josh was already there.
But
yeah, he
much. Yeah, by that's too late. Yeah. Well, Harrison had an ideal look, and you see his reaction. Wow.
So it would have been perfect if the umpire had it right and Castro threw to second base. He wouldn't have had an out there, and there would have been no out at first, and we'd still be smiling.
Now, Starlin Castro sometimes makes the Cubs smile. Sometimes he frustrates them.
And sometimes Dale Swain has to take him out of ball games.
Yeah, sits him. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Donnie Murphy. And a wave and a miss. The strikeout. A good start to this second inning for Jeff Locke.
Downstairs, can't do much with it. Off speed, you see, he had a lot of hand around the ball there, and the more contact you have with your hand around the ball, the easier it is to throw something off speed. You can throw it as hard as you want, it just can't go fast. And you saw the batter, Murphy, way out in front. So Jeff didn't give it away.
Here's Junior Lake, who has an 8-game hitting streak. Lake is hitting .313 in 49 games. The 23-year-old from San Pedro de Macorís, the Dominican Republic, who, no surprise, came up as a shortstop and is only now learning how to play the outfield. Not even the minors did he play outfield.
Yep, coming out of that shortstop machine in the Caribbean.
Misses.
Not by much. Stand downstairs.
The 2-1 count on Junior Lake. Broken bat flare. And the catch made by Morneau. Bat wound up shallow left onto the outfield grass past Pedro Alvarez.
You can't get off to a much better start than Jeff Locke is getting off to. So far, so good.
You figure this should be actually a pretty good club for him, Steve, to be aggressive. The Cubs are hitting just .239 as a team. Only the Marlins have a lower batting average. The Cubs have a .303 on base percentage. Second worst in the league.
Very aggressive, and they will chase, especially when they are behind in the count.
Strike one. So important for most pitchers, but especially Jeff Locke. 0-1 on Wellington Castillo, the catcher.
And following up with off speed. You know, it's so easy to get caught up in the excitement, and it is fun to do that. But all you got to keep track of is every game is dependent on the starting pitcher to set the tone. And Jeff is setting a nice early tone. Still comes out to the guy on the mound.
Still 0-2 as Castillo fouls off that off-speed pitch. Well, he had an 8-pitch first inning.
11 so far here.
And this is his 12th this inning. And got him looking.
Inside corner.
Yeah, getting the call there from Paul Nart. Something he was not getting his last start. Justin Morneau yesterday had his first 4-hit game as a Pirate, and he really busted out of his little mini slump. Morneau struck out his first at bat, then doubled, singled. Those couple of hits against the left-handed pitchers.
And what was cool about that, Greg, I was watching the game on TV. That first base hit, it was coming right to you in the living room. One of those rare shots. You see the baseball, it's almost like a 3D image. Great camera shot.
And Clint Hurdle had said that he was going to give Morneau a shot to hit and start against righties and lefties. Even though he has struggled this season, he says that Morneau has history of hitting lefties okay. He's got a career average of about 255 against left-handed pitching as he takes a strike, and the Cubs shift him. They have that third baseman, Murphy, as their shortstop, and he hits that ball hard toward the left center field gap, and it is going to be caught. Nicely done by Junior Lake. Just learning the outfield.
Yep, and he had the height to work with, but he had to go a long way, and he's probably not too familiar with this left field at PNC Park compared to Wrigley. This ball had a lot of carry to it, and you wonder if it's going through his mind, do I have enough room? And yep, he didn't quit on it. The Pirates, the last 3 batters have hit the ball extremely hard. They hit Josh Harrison, but everybody else has tattooed the ball pretty solidly.
Morneau hit that solidly the other way against the lefty. Now here's Marlon Byrd, also in the top 10 in hitting against left-handed pitching. Morneau can only smile. He's just found out about that notch in left center, the deep part of the yard.
Yeah,
hit the ball that hard.
He'd be trotting around the bases.
Yeah. Target field, right?
Yep.
One ball, one strike, the count on Byrd. 15th game with Pittsburgh and batting .321 with the Bucks and 8 RBIs. Ground ball to the shortstop, Castro. Byrd retired by about a step. Hustling down that line, Marlon Byrd. Yuengling Oktoberfest presents some Valley Fireworks following Saturday night's game. First pitch 7:05. It's also an Eaton Park scratch and win Saturday. All fans get a scratch card, good for prizes from Eaton Park. That will be the 3rd game of this 4-game series. Sunday afternoon, the finale, of course, before the Padres make their way in for 4. And don't forget the final weekday matinee game of the regular season against the Padres on Thursday, before the Reds come in. Final homestand. Get your tickets at Pirates.com. Pedro Alvarez still leads the league with 32 homers, and they overshift him. The Cubs, like the Brewers, one of the more aggressive teams with the shifts. And the left fielder, Lake, coming in. Castro trying to call him off, but Lake has it in foul territory. And the Pirates go down in order. Through 2, it's 0-0.
Never, ever, ever forget this moment. Kent Tekulve getting the flyout to end the World Series. The Pittsburgh Pirates are World Series champions. There were many, many signs back in those days, including the Pirates clinch the division. Excuse me, Pirates clinch the division. Get the wrong highlight there. Pirates clinch the division. The sign ain't no stopping us now. And if you watch many of our telecasts here in 2013, you have seen the same exact sign right now. And I've found the man, Greg. How about this? Responsible for the sign. His name is Joel Roboski. He lives in Anna Maria, Florida, about 15 minutes from the Pirate City and Bradenton complex down there in Florida. Joel, how do you just, first of all, just give us the history of this sign. This is the original sign from '79. How have you been able to maintain it and bring it back out here in 2013?
A good friend of mine growing up, Roberta Spruto, she held the sign until just about 2 months ago. And so we decided to get back out and bring it back and bring the Pirates good luck.
You know, now this is a very popular sign. We've showed it many times on TV. How are you able to, first of all, how do you maintain this thing? Like, how is it still in physical condition to be put out?
It's a little beat up, actually. We had some boards on there, but they fell off, and this is what it is today. And it gives a little rugged look. It's nice, you know.
And you built this sign just out of high school, 1979. You and a bunch of friends did it. And what was the reasoning behind it? How did it all come about?
Well, Keith, Roberta's brother-in-law, he's an artist. So he printed it out, and we painted it, and he helped us. We had it on the driveway in a hot summer day, and we just printed it out, painted, and since then we've been bringing it back.
What are your memories from '79 and when they clinched and when they won the World Series? What can you tell us about that?
We hit the playoffs in Cincinnati, and he's got it.
Go ahead, Greg.
That's going to be extra bases, and it's going to bounce into the seats for a double. First base runner, Darnell McDonald, doubles off of Locke here to start the third inning.
And we're kind of fortunate that he hit it toward the notch, or it'd be 1-0 Cubbies. That ball is tattooed with a lot of carry.
So Joel's memory, back to Robbie.
Well, he started to tell me earlier before we came on the air here how you used to go on the field. That was like part of the fun, you said, when you were a kid, right?
Well, back in, yeah, you could climb. There's a platform in right field, and after the Pirates won, we jumped onto the platform, onto the field, and just celebrated with the Pirates. And that's a memory that I had.
I think a lot of younger fans are going to have memories of watching this sign in 2013. Good story, Joel. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Greg, one other thing about him. He comes to games sometimes by himself, sometimes with family members. Tomorrow he's bringing his little nephew here. Spend the whole summer here from Florida in Pittsburgh with his family in 2013, and look at what he gets to see. Potential.
Does he buy standing room tickets or a real box seat and just stand there?
Do you buy, what kind of tickets do you just get standing room tickets and hang out here in the Rotunda?
I do. I get across the street. I just get a scalper, $5.
Now we got some details. Huh?
That's it. That's right.
You wanted it, Greg.
That's all right. That's a good place to watch a game.
They said prices are going to be going up here as we chase down the pennant. Okay.
All right. No stopping Joel with that sign. Thanks to Robbie.
And from Anna Maria Island. Yeah, how about that? So he's spending time in the summer up here. We spend a lot of time in the winter down there. They're both great places to be.
Absolutely. By the way, you saw that last out. That was at River Stadium. Bruce Kim popping out to Bill Madlock. Kent Tekulve had a 3-inning save that day and saved it for Bruce Keeson.
And how about Bruce Kim becoming a Pirate coach later on?
Kim one time briefly managed the Chicago Cubs. Here is Chris Russin. 2 hits and 16 at bats. The infield in. And that didn't miss by a lot, but he falls behind the pitcher, Chris Russin. After breezing through the first 2, retiring the first 6, he gives up the double to McDonald. Brian Sweeney bounces to short, moving McDonald to third, and the infield in trying to cut off a run. A strike.
And you want to squeeze him too, because you want to take any thought away from Dale Swaim about a squeeze play. And if you're thinking in that direction by any chance, you might want to press Pedro in even a little bit more, because it's still a tough play to defend.
Can you defend the squeeze even? Really?
It's hard. I mean, you almost have to have the third baseman and first baseman charging. I mean, you got him crashing.
Because
in.
I mean, there's the suicide squeeze. The guy's breaking anyway, right?
Yeah. If they get it down on the ground, what you got to do is try to knock the bat out of the hands. If they get it on the ground, 99% of the time they've got it. There's a way to do it.
Got him. Well, he's got to throw to first to complete the strikeout. He does. Martin having trouble finding the ball at his feet. Thankfully, it was the pitcher running. A little bit of a break there, and they get the out. The third strikeout for Locke, and 2 away.
Nice job by Jeff to come back, falling behind 2-0, coming back, getting the strikeout, getting him to chase by getting back even in the count. Big breaking ball. This is going to be ball 3 for no mistake about that. But then, yep, a lot of anxiety there where that baseball's on the ground. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. And what happens in those kind of situations? Everybody's hollering. You know, the catcher, he's not hearing one voice. He's hearing 5 people hollering at him.
And now a chance to get out of it as he faces Starlin Castro, who bounced out to Josh Harrison. Hit it sharply, but right at Harrison, who's stationed back of second. Castro, the 23-year-old.
Yes. Well, I wanted to say yes. He's gotten that pitch a couple of times so far. Didn't get it there. Would have given him a great advantage. Didn't miss by much inside. Certainly so far no hesitation about going in there. Okay, so a good take.
Not close, and it's 2-1 on Castro.
Now you wonder what the approach against Castro is with Barney, who's hitting 215 in the on-deck circle. Still some threatening skies, but not much happening. There it is.
Strike 2-2.
They're coming back in there. You see what Martin's setting up. That ball missing, but hey, you work off the umpire's strike zone. You're getting it now, so you know you can get in there and have a chance.
That's a piece of it. Fouls it out of play.
Well, that's a good job by Castro after getting pounded inside a lot. And isn't it great to have this homestand, meaningful homestand happening to the middle to latter part of September?
First time ever in this ballpark.
Great. Yep. Just great.
And for all intents and purposes, the very most important homestand in Pittsburgh in the month of September in 20 years.
Wow.
Jeff Locke's second start this season against the Cubs. He went 5 2/3 back on June the 9th at Wrigley. Line to left, a base hit for Castro. A 2-out, 2-strike single gives the Cubs a 1-0 lead.
Yep. Tried to go back inside, didn't get it far enough in. And Castro did a good job of delivering it between third and short. They're setting up in there. Actually, he did get in there again, so you got to give Castro credit. I guess he had seen enough pitches in there where kept the hands in and got himself the base hit.
RBI number 40 for Castro. Now Darwin Barney. He lines this to Morneau. Cubs strike first here in the third inning. It's 1-0 Chicago.
York, the Mets and Nationals were blazing a trail in the wild card race. Fifth inning tied at 2. Wilson Ramos changes that with one quick swing, a solo home run that makes it 3-2. Washington wins it by a score of 72. From our studios to PNC Park, where Greg and Steve are standing by, guys.
All right, Dan, thanks very much. The Nationals getting hot, maybe too late. They complete that 4-game sweep. The magic number for the Pirates to clinch a playoff berth is still 10. We'll explain about the magic number, how you get to that number. It does involve the Washington Nationals, who began today 6 back of the Cincinnati Reds for the second wild card spot. The Pirates lead the Reds for the top wild card spot by 2 games.
What's a magic number, Daddy? You can hear that question being asked right now. What is a magic number?
Well, we'll tell you. You determine the magic number by taking the number of, in this case, Pirate wins, starting with 163, because that's the total number of possible games you could play involving an extra game at the end. 162 games in the regular season plus 1, minus the Pirate wins. Of course, the Pirates with 84 wins, that gets you to 79. And you subtract the number of the trailing team's losses. That would be the Washington Nationals with 69 losses. And 69 minus 79 gets you to 10. Every Pirates win, every Washington Nationals loss, and you subtract 1.
Yeah, and you could gain 2 notches in one day. They lose and you win.
Still counting. So the Pirates can get a W tonight and cut that magic number to clinch a playoff berth to 9. We've said it all year long that the Pirates have their sights set on a division. You'd much prefer to win a division than have to settle for that 1-game wild card playoff.
1 game, that's a real roll of the dice after 162 games.
20 and done.
But with 1 win, hey, you're knee deep.
Yep. Ball and a strike. And lined to first.
The Pirates really featuring the atom ball.
Yeah.
Several balls being hit right on the button, including that one.
The wild card standings. The Pirates lead the Reds by 2 games for the top wild card spot. And you see the Pirates' magic number to clinch a playoff berth. The Reds at 11. The Nationals now 5.5 back of the Reds. And everybody else, for all intents and purposes, out of it. The Nats still would have to go on an incredible run, continue what they're doing, and hope for major stumbles from the Pirates or Reds. Very creative signs. Say goodbye to 20 losing seasons. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on lock. Of course, the first chance these fans have had an opportunity to greet the Pirates since they ended the years of losing on this road trip. Ground ball to second. And Chris Russin enjoying 3 scoreless innings of work. No hitting the Bucks through 3.
Toyota. Now's the time to go places with Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com for special offers. And by PNC Bank for the achiever in you. Let's go Bucks!
1-0 Chicago. Here at PNC Park, the start of an 11-game homestand. Folks braving inclement weather today. A lot of rain, a drizzle earlier. Then we have an AT&T tweet. Steve, do you like the winner take all one-game wild card? I know it reinforces winning the division, but I'm not a fan of it. D-Dunk 25.
Yeah, and I'm not a real big fan of it either, playing all those games to come down to one game. But that's the way it is. You know, that's the rule of the game right now. It's like I'm not crazy about the All-Star game determining home field advantage either. But that's the way they work it now. You know, the positive thing is one win can get you in. I'm not the biggest fan of a one card.
What would you prefer? No wild card.
No wild cards. Well, then you got 3 teams.
Well, I mean, because of the wild cards, you have a bunch of cities now that are very much interested in a pennant race. Their teams are still very much in it. And I way prefer 2 wild cards in a one-game playoff than the 1 wild card, which there was no emphasis on winning a division. How many wild card teams went to the World Series, went on to win it? Just
the Cardinals did.
Cardinals did recently. The Marlins have done it, twice, right? Giants. It makes it much more difficult. To the right side, Rizzo, 4-3 on the putout. 1 away. There's a lot of excitement in the other cities. The team still very much involved. The Yankees, for example, out of the East. I mean, the Red Sox are going to wrap that up any day. But the Yankees, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, all those 3 teams within a game and a half of a wild card spot.
Yep.
Otherwise, they're all done.
Well, the thing is, that's the way it is. Then you sit down, you take a seat at the poker table, you know the rules. That's the way it is.
I'm a big fan of the one-game wild card because it does reinforce the idea that you need to win a division. 0-2 the count on Donnie Murphy. And a Firestone Complete Auto Care Extra Mile Index, the most homers in a season by players who didn't make their season debut until August the 4th or later. Look at those names. Ted Williams, Mike Jacobs, Ricky Ankiel, Donnie Murphy, Charlie Keller, and Randy Ruiz. And a strikeout of Donnie Murphy. Second time that Locke has gotten him. 3 Ks for Locke. 2 up and 2 down.
Way over top.
Well, he's throwing strikes, Steve.
Yep, and he's trucking right along. He gave up the run in the 3rd inning. And he's going to need some support. He got shut out last time. That decent start, that improved start, let's put it that way, against the Cardinals. Lost 5-0.
Junior Lake broke his bat in his 2nd inning AB and popped up to first. Really excited the Cubs are about this player. A lot of talent. Their president Theo Epstein told Dale Swaim recently that when this guy comes up here, he's going to do a lot of things on the baseball field that you have never seen before, both good and bad, until he fully develops and matures. It could be. Until he fully develops and matures, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And it's great to see this ball of clay being formed before our eyes. Talking about Junior Lake, who has an 8-game hitting streak and was signed out of the Dominican in 2007. He's just 23. Two and 2. How about Lake by the Lake?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep. Junior by the Lake. No mistaking Jeff Samardzija. Pitched yesterday. They'll miss him. Pirates will this series.
Bounce toward 3rd, deep 3rd. Alvarez throws to first, a bad throw.
Yep. Tried the turf, the old former turf throw with the bounce off the target. combine his speed with degree of difficulty, they rule the base hit.
Now a 9-game hitting streak for Junior Lake.
Pedro knows he's got to be quick. He knows the speed he's working against. Of course, we slow it down to Supermo Allegheny Network, Health Network. Well, if it takes that much time, he's never going to get him.
Yeah. Almost wonder, Steve, if he didn't have a real good grip initially. He's trying to hurry.
Yeah, to miss the direction. I mean, you see him airmail the ball. Usually, the targeting is pretty
almost
good.
Look, he took an extra split second maybe to get that good grip and try to gut it over there. He never did have a real good grip. Base hit. And out of play, off to the right by Wellington Castillo. Castillo struck out looking in the second.
Yeah, Pedro does not prefer the turf throw.
No.
I mean, he loves to show that arm off, as well he should. I don't know if there's anywhere in his range where he can get the ball where he needs, really absolutely needs a turf throw. His arm's that strong.
1 ball, 1 strike. In the dirt. A run, 3 hits so far against Jeff Locke, with the strikeouts, a pair of Donnie Murphy and one of this man Wellington Castillo. Ray Searage looking on. Not close. Now it's 3-1. Looking down at third base, coach David Bell. Dave McKay coaches first. One count on Castillo. And just missed. An infield hit and a walk. 2 aboard.
Doesn't miss by much. In fact, according to our range resources grid, we could have gotten that call.
And it brings up Darnell McDonald, who doubled into the left center gap to start the 3rd inning. The veteran Darnell McDonald playing in his 18th game with the Cubs since called up from the minors. He's got a lot of big league experience. .250 career hitter with Baltimore, the Twins, Reds, Red Sox, and Yankees. First cousin of now former Pirate James McDonald. J-Mac let go by the organization about a week ago.
One more example of how fine a line it is between success at this level and a team letting you go. It's a thin line.
First half last year for James McDonald was all-star like. And the first half for Jeff Locke, an all-star.
It is such thin air. You not only got to get here, but you got to maintain. You got to establish a residence.
0-2 on Darnell McDonald with 2 on and 2 out, and the Pirates trailing 1-0. And he tops it foul.
Is that Robbie back there?
That certainly is Robbie.
Yeah. A little camera shy, isn't he?
There's what we're looking for right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Can't get McDonald to offer.
No chance for movement on the bases by the Cubs there. The Cubs are certainly not a running team. They've got 60 stolen bases. Their top guy only has 8 steals.
Actually, they're a home run hitting team. 2nd in the league behind Atlanta. Many of those were Alfonso Soriano,
He hasn't missed a beat since becoming a Yankee.
15 of them by Soriano. This pitch, fans wanted a call, didn't get it. 2-2.
Ball moving away.
2-2 count on Darnell McDonald.
Pretty good battle here. Jeff needing an out.
Bounce toward third, foul, just foul.
Greg, that series against the Texas Rangers, the sweep by the Pirates, almost reminded me of that Rolling Stones song. You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. They needed pitching. First game, they got it from Cole. They needed 5 runs the second. They got it. They needed 6 or 7 the last game. Whatever they needed, they seemed to get. And the tone was set by that man right there. 1-0. What a performance. Exactly what the Pirates needed at a very crucial time.
And into shallow right field. Could be trouble. Morneau out, and he will make the catch.
Wow, Samer.
Got the big glove out there. Justin Morneau in shallow right field. Saves a run.
That had trouble written all over it. The big claw. Good stuff.
Still 1-0, thanks to the catch Justin Morneau made on the Darnell McDonald soft pop-up to shallow right.
Yeah, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Would you like to see some vanilla? There's a lot of ice cream cone showing there. The stretch, the grab, and possession.
Justin Morneau, some high fives back in the dugout. Why not?
And now we've got to deal with Mr. Russin, who has been very, very tough. In fact, he's been perfect through the first 3 innings.
He hit Josh Harrison in the bottom of the first, then got a line drive out from Jordy Mercer, and Andrew McCutcheon lined to the shortstop Castro. Second base umpire Dana DeMuth ruled Castro had possession of the ball. He didn't. It led to a double play. Strike on Harrison.
And we talked about Russin being 0-2 in his last 4 starts, but the start previous to that little string, he pitched very well against the Cardinals. Great start. Went 6 scoreless innings, giving up 7 hits, kept him off the board against a very good hitting team. So he is capable. His second season in the big leagues.
PCL All-Star, Pacific Coast League All-Star with the AAA Iowa Cubs.
It's been a franchise for a lot of years. AAA Iowa for the Cubbies.
Up and down a couple of times with the I Cubs and the Chicago Cubs. And a bounce to the short. Castro whips it over to first base, and Josh Harrison is retired. Russin takes care of Harrison. 4th round pick in 2009, as Steve mentioned, out of the University of Kentucky. This is his 2nd stint this season. He was called up July 22nd and started for Matt Garza after Garza was dealt to the Texas Rangers.
Speaking of the Rangers, the Pirates wound up, I think, 15-5 in interleague play.
Yep, best in the.
My one desire, Greg, is to have one more interleague series this year.
After the Pirates had one of the worst records every year, 15-5 this year. The best record in Major League Baseball this season in interleague play, and a 9-game winning streak on the road in American League cities. That is a Major League record in interleague play. Road winning streak. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jordy Mercer.
World Series champion. So one more interleague series would put you playing late October. And think of the possibilities, Greg. 20 losing seasons and the possibility of winning in the 21st year, winning the World Series.
It all fits.
I mean, it
really does.
It's mind-boggling.
And there's a base hit for Jordy Mercer. He lined out to center field his first time. He lines this ball to left field. Pirates' first hit and second base runner, and it brings up Andrew McCutchen.
Didn't hit that ball half as good, but here he is at first base. Continues his really good numbers. That ball upstairs, Major League hitters love that location. 433 coming into the game against lefties for Jordy Mercer.
Wonder, Steve, McCutchen now, the reputation, the numbers are out there, the year he's having, the year he had last year, what it must be like, and he's crushing the ball. Every time he seems to hit the ball, he barrels it, as he did his first at bat. What's that like for a pitcher, and a relatively young pitcher like Chris Russin, to have to deal with this guy?
Well, the good thing for Russin, he hasn't seen Andrew a lot, so that probably helps. It's intimidating. You know the guys that are capable of really hurting you badly. I mean, everybody's capable of doing something against you, so that's the challenge you face. But I mean, guys like McCutchen, they're the real quality hitters. You know who they are and what they're capable of doing. Yeah, it gets in your head.
It's 2-0. He fell behind McCutchen first time. Ground ball. That's a fair ball off the bag. Perfect. Heading to third base. Mercer into second with a double off the third base bag. Andrew McCutchen. And a 10-game hitting streak for the possible MVP of this National League.
Yeah, and if the Pirates get into postseason play, we're going to do that. And if they go far, that just adds to the candidacy for Andrew. That's a base hit. And the great thing about those kind of hits, it just takes the sting out of the ball. So usually it winds up in no man's land down the left field line. Everybody keeps running for quite a while. No problem for Jordy. No problem. No problem for Andrew.
Second and third, the middle infield back. Justin Morneau hit a ball to the left center field gap that was tracked down by Junior Lake his first time. And hits this ball in the air left side, and maybe room over at third. No. Several rows back. Donnie Murphy over to take a look.
Well, it's a great situation, obviously. Second and third with one out. And Russin went through the lineup the first time very impressively, but no strikeouts. So you assume the ball is going to be put in play, and that's the least you want. You want this ball put in play out of the infield. Yourself back even at least. And the reason I bring it up, it's obviously more comfortable against a guy that doesn't throw the ball by people. He's not a big swing and a miss type pitcher. You assume contact.
Rusin taking a long time and too much time for Morneau's liking.
And you're asking about the psychological thing, Rusin against a guy like Andrew McCutcheon. Well, he's aware of the resume of Morneau.
Broken bat comebacker. Mercer will be an easy out. Well, he'll make sure he goes and gets in a rundown long enough. He was trying to get into a rundown long enough for Morneau. And that's the second out. Up to Marlon Byrd. Broken bat comebacker.
1-2. And it's over.
1-2-5 on the fielder's choice as Morneau still looking for his first Pirate ribby. See if Byrd can deliver with 2 outs. He grounded to short in the second inning.
Well, Russell made a terrific pitch in on Morneau. Just sawed him off. Took the ball in the infield. You'll tip your cap. Good pitch.
Marlon Byrd has thrived in these situations. Runners in scoring position this year, batting .297. Line drive off the glove of the second baseman, tied at 1. Marlon Byrd comes through again. 1-1.
What you want to do. You started off by getting back even, keep the inning going, and you love that 2-out offense.
His 80th RBI of the season, Marlon Byrd.
And the reason you love 2-out offense because the opposition just one pitch, one play away from getting out of a jam. With 2 outs, it doesn't happen. You keep the inning going.
Now Alvarez checks and takes in the dirt. Alvarez looked so comfortable his last couple of ball games against righties or lefties. He had a couple of at-bats against left-handed pitchers yesterday. Had a sacrifice fly, a big one in the 7th inning off lefty Neil Kotz yesterday in Dallas.
Russell has given up just 5 home runs. This is his 11th start.
All 5 to right-hand hitters. Jeff Locke seated next to Josh Harrison in the Pirates dugout.
And just fine so far.
Strike called, 1-2. Pedro looked like he wasn't so certain about that call from Paul Nauert, and he was right. It was outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Toward right and over the head of the right fielder McDonald. This will give the Pirates the lead. A line single over the head of Darnell McDonald to bring home Morneau. It's 2-1 as Alvarez rips it off the lefty.
Behind in the count 1-2, and we'll check a replay. I can't wait to see this because this ball was going down and in, and just really took it away.
Drives home McDonald, his 90th RBI of the year.
What you don't see that kind of swing a lot from Pedro. That was kind of late and quick, quick hands. that curveball not in far enough.
Well, that's when you know Pedro is not Steve jumping at that ball and staying back then. As he rips that shot over the head of Darnell McDonald. Chris Bosio, the pitching coach, out to talk with the lefty, Chris Russin. Justin Morneau scoring. 2-1 Pirates now.
Still in business. 2-out offense. That third out can be so hard to come by at times. Just the feel of it when you think, oh, like we had that great chance and we didn't cash it in. Well, you know what? They have cashed it in, and they're still in business.
And they have the Pirates have a player up who is really overdue. He has 3 hits in his last 26 at bats. Russell Martin rounded out his first time up. Martin hitting .121 against Cubs pitching this season. 4 hits and 33 at bats against the Cubs this year. Takes a strike.
But again, there is that comfort level. This guy doesn't throw the ball by you, so you're going to put the ball in play.
Going over to first base with 2 outs after getting a strike on Russell Martin.
The thing is, it looks like a silly throw to first base, but sometimes these are the best opportunities when nobody in the yard is expecting somebody to take off. Look at how much room Pedro has to look at around second base. Not likely, for sure.
Toward left center field. Over is the young left fielder. Lake makes the catch. He's made a couple of nice plays for an inexperienced left fielder, but the Pirates pick up a couple. Hit the ball hard off Russin. And now lead 2-1.
Brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We're driven to be better. And by Levin Furniture and the all-new Levin Mattress Stores. For a great deal on a new bed, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Some images from this past road trip. The 82 sign, of course, after the Pirates picked up their 82nd win. And Garrett Cole setting the tone down in Arlington. And here back in Pittsburgh to start an 11-game homestand. And the Pirates leading 2-1. Pedro Alvarez, great sign to see him as comfortable as he has been the last 3 or 4 games against righties and lefties. And well, you look at the lineup now with the additions of Morneau and Bird. Clint Hurdle took Morneau aside recently and said to him, "We are not looking for you to be the savior here. We brought you over here to complement this lineup. Just do what you do." Marlon Bird has been doing it since joining the Pirates for sure. And a different looking lineup indeed. Those players added Morneau and Marlon Bird. And now back to work, Jeff Locke. And a comeback and a stab. The ball hit by Ryan Sweeney and quickly 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning.
Yep. Basically what you're talking about is promises kept by Pirate management. If we get in this position, we will find pieces to complement the puzzle. Routine after gets the glove around it. Bang, right there. Okay. End of season.
Now his mound opponent, Russin. Bounced out in the third.
One walk, 4 strikeouts for Jeff Locke so far.
Bounce to Morneau. Backs up on that last hop, feeds Locke. A quick couple of outs to start the 5th inning.
1-3, 3-1. Easy game.
Locke making it look much easier this start. His last time out, the Pirates saw progress in that game in St. Louis. Although he went 5 innings, 3 hits, the 4 walks.
Well, 5 innings, 2 runs. You have not certainly let the ball game get away. The fact that Pirates didn't score, it's kind of secondary to the fact that
allowed 3 hits in that game at Busch Stadium against the Cardinals. Pirates were shut out 5-0. That was an Adam Wainwright game. A.J. Burnett watching the intern. John Hurdle called Jeff Locke Burnett's understudy. But the silent assassin when he's on the mound is more like the silent assassin so far tonight. One ball, 1 strike on Castro at the RBI single in the 3rd inning. Two and 1. Castro led the league in hits 2 years ago. Bounces this ball toward 3rd. Alvarez on the 1st, and that'll do it. Easy breezy 1-2-3 for Jeff Locke in the 5th. Halfway mark. Pirates lead the Cubs 2-1. Join us this Sunday. The Pirates wrap up this 4-game series with the Cubs at 1:35, and all kids 14 and younger take home a Starling Marte Fathead Junior Wall decal thanks to Mrs. T's Pierogies. We invite you to come out early for the #1 Cochran Family Fun Zone on Federal Street. And after the game, kids can run the bases right on the field. For tickets, go to Pirates.com. Youngsters Kids Days on Sundays, and now Jose Tabata leads off. Good news early in St. Louis as the Brewers strike first in the first off Joe Kelly.
Joe Kelly looked like Cy Young against us.
Strike 1-1. That's a good one. Well said.
I think, yeah, the fact that they got their 82nd win on the road, and this is the first time that the hometown team has a chance to congratulate him.
Roll to Castro. Retires Tabata. Oh, you picked a good one. I'm guessing a lot of folks will take in their first Pirate game, Steve. Have this year and will in the next 10 days.
Such a wonderful time to shrug that one negative off their shoulders for 20 years and then come home and get this response when the Pirates took the field tonight. It's just great. I'm sure, you know, I just feel like a lot of Pirate fans couldn't wait to get to the ballpark today.
To the count. Jeff Locke. 4 hits. Dale Swain really likes his rotation is looking like these days. We'll see Jake Arrieta tomorrow, and Scott Baker will make a start on Saturday. Baker recently off the disabled list. He's going to have Baker make just a couple more starts. And then Travis Wood, another fine lefty, has an ERA just over 3, will start on Sunday. Of course, you've got Jeff Samardzija there.
On the right. I'm just wondering what his future is going to be. I mean, he's 8-12 with a ball club that has struggled.
Oh, had it and then couldn't hold on. A nice effort by Donnie Murphy. Went over toward the tarp, popped out of his glove.
I got it, I don't got it.
Look at the fan fighting him. It'll be a great shot here on our Supermo from Allegheny Health Network. Great effort on everybody's part.
Yep. Everybody wanted it. Again? Give them credit them on maybe an assist, defensive assist.
One and 2 the count on Jeff Locke. Russell takes care of his mound opponent, and the first strikeout for the lefty. McDonald's High School football continues tonight as the Neshannock Lancers take on the Stowe Rocks Vikings. Both teams ranked in the top 5 of the Tribs High School rankings. This could be the game of the year in Single A. Neshannock versus Stowe Rocks tonight after Pirates postgame here on Root Sports. Stowe Rocks QB Lenny Williams, as you know, Steve, closing in on the all-time Whitfield passing record. You and I were talking about that earlier tonight, and we're going to try and catch a little bit of that game later as well. This ball dribbled foul by Harrison.
Shannon catching Chuck Tanner territory at Newcastle.
Josh Harrison from the Cincinnati area.
They've played some pretty good high school football down there with Moeller and the rest of those high schools.
Harrison fouls that pitch out of play. Princeton High School near Cincy for Josh Harrison, then went on to play ball at the University of Cincinnati.
Bearcats.
A Wildcat out of Kentucky, Chris Russin. Russin has allowed 3 or fewer runs in 9 of his 10 starts. Grounded right to second, Darwin Barney. And 1, 2, 3, the Bucks go down in order. 5 complete at PNC Park, 2-1 Pittsburgh. Watching the rest of the way, no doubt. Next couple of weeks, the Reds had the day off today. The Reds will take on the Brewers in Milwaukee starting on Friday. The Cardinals host the Mariners starting tomorrow night. The Pirates Cubs series continues. Next week, the Padres in at PNC Park while the Cardinals head to Denver for 4 against the Rockies. The Reds go to Houston for 3. And the Reds are here in Pittsburgh next weekend. While the Reds are in Pittsburgh, the Cardinals will be in Milwaukee next weekend. And forget about looking at who has an easier schedule. If anybody has learned it, that's silly, it's the Pirates over the years. Remember, Steve, a couple years ago when the Pirates lost that 19-inning game in Atlanta and then went to Philadelphia and lost 3, they thought they'd get well by a 7-game homestand against 2 bad teams, the Cubs and the Padres, and they were swept in those 7 games. AT&T tweet, do players scoreboard watch during the game or wait until after the game to see what happened with other teams?
No, they watch. Trust me, they watch. And you know what? The worst watchers are pitchers that sit there when they're not pitching. It's
and maybe managers. Clint Hurdle said, when I look out at the pitcher, just over his shoulder, I see that scoreboard.
Can't miss it.
But these Pirates know too well to throw those records away in September. Pirates, long time, of course, were playing the role of the spoiler.
And think of it this way, too. There's Clint Hurdle's view out the scoreboard. But think of it. There's 9 guys that are playing. How many guys are in that dugout now? that are just killing time, have nothing to do. Yeah, they'll watch it. The guys that are playing are kind of locked in, and they've got a lot of things on their plate. But the guys that aren't playing, they look for ways to pass time and amuse themselves. Part of the scoreboard watching.
Strikes out Anthony Rizzo. And for Jeff Locke, a bit of a milestone, 5 2/3 innings. He has not gone more than 5 2/3 since July 26th.
He gets Anthony Rizzo to chase what is a good breaking ball and a bad breaking ball. Good for Jeff, bad for Anthony. Jeff Locke can get people to swing at that kind of pitch that's basically unhittable. He's going to do pretty well.
It really does appear to be the Jeff Locke we saw so much in the first half of the season. He has not won since July 21st in Cincinnati. 8 straight starts without a win.
And I don't care who you are, that'll shake your confidence. That will erode your confidence. You're just saying to yourself, give me a win. Just give me one win to get back on track. Give me that feel again.
3-1 fell behind Murphy, 3-0. He has struck him out twice. Donnie Murphy, former pick of the Royals 11 years ago. Bounce left side, going to be a tough play. Mercer on the move. Hey, got him! What a play! Mercer me!
On both ends, and a nice pick by Morneau. And the pitcher's friend, you're nursing a 2-1 lead. Mercer deep in the hole. The jump pass throw. And the out.
It happens. What a nice play. Clint Hurdle has talked about Mercer being able to learn from Clint Barmas. Very similar styles, lunchbox kind of guys. Mercer has talked about how Barmas has been. Another look.
All you can do is jump up in the air and hope your arm is strong enough, because you're not pushing off against anything but air.
Different look here.
Throwing from the outfield grass.
Heck of a play. Down to third. Murphy, who was thrown out by Mercer. It's the routine play to throw out Mercer.
A special thank you to Lynn Ryan, Lisa Casimir, and Joe Jordan, their flight attendants on Delta Flight 632 back and forth to Paris. Great service, great people. Thank you so much for making a vacation trip so special.
We want to thank all the folks at Delta who make all of our trips special.
Yep, and Von Campanella, our good buddy, who has been a Delta rep for so many years, has done so many great things with situations where Delta could help out special projects.
All the flight attendants, Beth and Melissa and Kathy on our flights. There's a line drive. It's going to hook foul. Kim, Lisa. They are great people, as you well know, Steve. Folks at Delta.
Glad we had a moment to acknowledge.
Amber is often on our flights. Lisa. Ball, 1 strike to count on McCutchen. McCutchen doubled off the third base bag his last time up. Lined into a double play his first at bat against Russin. Whoa, got the strike call there.
Right there.
Ten-game hitting streak now for Andrew McCutchen. And he foul tips it into the mid of the catcher. Second strikeout for Chris Russin. 2 away. So Justin Morneau.
Dangerous Dan.
Oh, we have a moment. Yeah, Dan Hart, our director of media relations, is seated there in the middle. 40 years old today.
Dan, the caravan man.
There he is. Danny boy. Bounce to first. Rizzo waiting for Russin. Goes to the bag himself. And the Pirates go down for the second straight inning. In order, they lead by 1.
baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Kia. To learn more, visit pghkiadealers.com and by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go, Bucks!
2-1 on to the 7th inning at PNC Park. Jeff Locke has gone 6 innings for the first time since he went 6 2/3 in a loss in Miami against the Marlins. Pirates were shut out 2-0.
86 pitches thrown by Jeff.
Is it too much to ask to get through 7?
No.
All right, let's ask. Because it would mean so much, not just for Locke's sake, but for the Pirates down the stretch. If they get the Locke back that they had the first half of the season, anything close. 0-2 on Junior Lake.
Plus, we got a snug ball game going on, 2-1 game. I'm surprised the pitch count is that high. He's walked one batter. I'm sure they've added it up, right?
Ball, 2 strikes on Junior Lake. Steve, they say there's no momentum in baseball. That momentum is only as good as your next night's starting pitcher. But for a pitcher himself, is there momentum from one start to the next? Oh, and he didn't get that call. 2-2.
That's a call that you can get. You don't get it all the time, but you could. Yes, for a pitcher, you're on a roll. Absolutely, there's momentum. When you're not on a roll, yes, absolutely, there's momentum.
Eric Flair, catch by Kutch! Oh, what a Kutch catch!
A clutch catch. And that ball was running away from him. That ball had a lot of movement toward right center field and dropped in quickly. He didn't quit on the play.
Sensational catch, and they love it here.
2-1 ball game. That ball sliding away.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
And
MVP. Wellington Castillo.
makes the commitment. That's when you have confidence. You're not afraid to make the commitment. I can make this catch.
As you said, that's clutch because it's a 2-1 ball game. And if he misses it,
the guy's still running. He's still running.
If he misses it, it might be 2-2.
Yeah, because it's late.
Yeah.
He flies.
Falls behind Castillo now 3-0.
Lock and load. I like it.
On a 3-0 pitch, swinging, picked by Harrison. And on the first, 2 away. Good time for a game break. Back to the studio we go.
Keep saying it. Keep saying it. Ball that looked like it should have been caught by the Cardinal shortstop, by the way, but wasn't. It's okay.
2 outs here in the 7th inning. Darnell McDonald, an excuse me swing. He doubled to the gap in left center off Jeff Locke, who's trying to finish this 7th inning. Tony Watson is up maybe to face Ryan Sweeney on deck. So this very well could be Locke's last batter regardless.
Trying to pick up that backdoor breaking ball. 11 pitches. Nothing wrong with that total here in the 7th inning. Started at 86, now he's at 97.
2-1. Got McDonald to hit that little pop up the shallow right that Morneau caught in the 4th.
Another borderline pitch. Again, sometimes you'll get it.
Hurdle checks in with a bullpen. Euclides Rojas on the other end. Bouncing ball to the shortstop.
Tidy. This makes it
Jeff Locke locked in tonight. His 100th pitch. He is likely done for the night, and listen to his ovation for him and for McCutchen.
Jeff Locke retires the last 10 men that he has faced. What a roll. What a way to tidy it up.
We'll keep it here for Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
And join everyone watching at home on Root Sports as we sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Of Pops, Candy, and the Cobra, it's Kutch, El Toro, and the Shark Tank. The times change, but the feelings don't. We are family. Let's go Box.
Well, the Pirates putting on a show tonight for the folks. Game 1 of this 11-game homestand, leading 2-1. Jeff Locke, 7 outstanding innings. The defense behind him. And to the bottom of the 7th, looking for insurance here against Chris Russin, who's pitching a darn good ball game himself. 2 runs, 4 hits. And there's a liner off the bat of Marlon Byrd, but lined right to Lake and left. Jeff Locke, congrats from his teammates.
Well done. Well done. Always acknowledge your catcher.
What a line.
Tidy work.
That'll be the headline tomorrow. Jeff Locke returns. Well, Pedro Alvarez lined a single over the head of the right fielder McDonald. Drive in a run in the 2-run 4th inning. Sent along a well wish to Al Mitchell. Munhall under the weather, but never misses his buckos. Ball bounced to first. Rizzo that himself, and Allegheny Health Network injury update. Wandy Rodriguez pitched a simulated game earlier today. Went 5 innings, 67 pitches. John Buck and some others, including Starling Marte, were involved. Marte still testing that hand, says he's feeling better. Neil Walker also in the box against Wandy Rodriguez. There they are. Marte in much better spirits lately. This ball bounced to short. Russell Martin is going to be retired, and here's Russin on a roll. Now with Old Spice, Jeff Locke.
Jeff Locke, he had 5. We're going to show you 4. Downstairs, downstairs. Again. And you get the picture. Those strikeouts at the knees or below for Jeff Locke. 7 innings, a run. Quality start, you betcha. 3 hits. Jeff Locke continues to have far less hits given up than innings pitched. That has been his signature all year long, basically, even in times of the struggles for the most part.
Felix PA goes on defensively and left. Clint Barmas at shortstop. Jordy Mercer moves to second. And the new pitcher, Tony Watson. Numbers for Tony Watson. Watson on Tuesday night in Arlington gave up a double to A.J. Pierzynski, a left-hand hitter, then struck out Jeff Baker. Big-time K for Watson in a tight ball game. Clint Hurdle the other day said, take a real close look at the job that Tony Watson has done. His numbers are eye-popping. "15 consecutive scoreless appearances. Heads up! Charged with a run 3 times his last 36 games. Going back to June the 4th. Since the All-Star break, he has given up 17 hits in 80 at-bats, 16 of them singles. The one that wasn't was the Pierzynski double.
People wondering all year since the All-Star break, I guess, Greg, maybe the halfway point of the season in some people's mind, are the Pirate pitchers getting overused? Are they going to get tired? Yeah, you know what? That's the way it works. Everybody's tired. This is when you suck it up. This is when you grind it out. Everybody's tired. So you got to get beyond that tired stuff.
Ball bounced to the new second baseman, Mercer. MLB.com at bat, celebrating 5 years as your #1 mobile app for live baseball. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry 10, and Windows Phone 8. At Bat delivers Pirates baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, highlights, and more. Text At Bat to 31826 or visit Pirates.com for details. And now, with Sweeney retired, we'll have a pinch hitter, Deoner Navarro, for Chris Russin. Switch hitting catcher, Deoner Navarro, here in the 8th with 1 out. Seven out of 24 in this role. Close to 300 average for Navarro as a pinch hitter. One ball and 1 strike. Tony Watson, those numbers we gave you, so impressive. He gets the first man here in the 8th. Broken bat bouncer, nice little play there by Alvarez in foul territory. Plenty of time to get the slow-footed knock on Navarro. And 2 ground ball outs. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Talking with his buddy A.J. Burnett.
You know, the impressive thing, Watson and most of the other guys out of the bullpen, all it takes is one horrendous outing to have your ERA bump. So these respectable ERAs, respectable and then some, are very impressive, because if they get whacked around one time, one appearance, you could be shot ERA-wise for the season. So 255 for Watson, Tony Watson, 219 for Wilson. We know what Melanson is.
Incredible
these guys,
how good it's been.
And you know what? The fact that, it's a long season and everything, build up those effective appearances. work them. You know what? Because it's a long season. If you want to win, you got to work them.
Fly ball toward left. PA, the new left fielder, makes the catch, and 1-2-3 for Tony Watson. On to the bottom of the 8th inning. Pirates lead by 1. Pirates in Cincy to play the Reds down 1-0, 2 outs, 9th inning. Andrew McCutchen, bases loaded double. Francisco Cordero clears the bases. Pirates win 3-1 against their division rivals. Thanks Day Automotive. You're going to make your day. And Andrew McCutchen, no surprise, plays a role once again with that double in the 4th inning. Scored the first and tying run on the Marlon Byrd single. Pedro Alvarez followed with a base hit that brought home Morneau with the go-ahead run, and McCutchen made an outstanding catch leading off the 7th. Part of that role Jeff Locke was on, that good defense. He retired 10 straight, and now with Tony Watson's work, 13 in a row retired by Pirates pitchers Jeff Locke and Tony Watson. And got to think that tonight is their first Pirates game.
Yeah,
going on a limb,
and they're coming out to watch winning Pirate baseball. James Russell takes over. How about this? There have been, what, 15 innings? Only 3 have not been innings that have been 15 half inning. I don't know what I'm saying. But there's been a lot of 3 batter-faced innings.
Well, only 4 innings have the side not been retired in order. Only in 4 innings.
And subtract 1 because of the double play.
Facing the minimum that first inning.
A lot of 3-batter half innings. Let me say it that way.
Gabby Sanchez is pinch hitting for Felix PA, and it looks as though that Clint Hurdle will have then Starling Marte play defense in the 9th. The next step for Marte, of course, will be hitting. He's pinch run. He's come out to play defense. Gabby Sanchez foul tips it. Well, with you've got the expanded rosters, and Pirates making full use. Every out precious. So the Pirates manager uses PA in the outfield for a half an inning.
If it wouldn't be horribly inconvenient, I wouldn't mind another run or 2.
All right.
Step 1, get yourself a base runner.
foul. In the top of the ninth, the 2, 3, 4 hitters in the lineup for the Cubs will be due up. Mark Melanson starts to loosen. It's out of play. Attendance tonight, 23,541. Hope you'll think about coming out tomorrow night for Charlie Morton's start against Jake Arrieta. But don't forget about the Padres in Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night next week, and then Thursday afternoon, the matinee game before the Reds make their way in. And still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Keeping track of what's going on in St. Louis. A 2-0 Brewers lead in the third. And a leadoff walk. Check out our Road Ahead, brought to you by Nissan. Jake Arrieta against Charlie Morton tomorrow. Morton left that start 5 days ago with that discomfort in his foot. Saturday, Scott Baker will go against Garrett Cole. And then Travis Wood against Francisco Liriano on Sunday. Starling Marte will pinch run for Gabby Sanchez. John Buck batting for Starling Marte. Batting for Watson. Marte pinch running for Gabby Sanchez. And on that particular pitch, Marte was shuffling back toward first. Starling Marte has been using that Clint Hurdle calls an oven mitt to protect that finger.
Yeah, you can get the wood out of the fireplace while it's on fire with that thing.
Hurdle said you could run over it with a car and not hurt that finger. Now to play, and with more on that oven mitt, let's go downstairs to Robbie.
Yeah, what Clint Hurdle just said, you could run a car over with that thing with his hand in it and it wouldn't hurt him. That thing is shaped like an oven mitt, but there's some metal right in as we get a closer look at what Starling Marte is wearing. You see a little indent right above the B right there where it kind of there's like a little lump right there, a little hump. That thing is all metal throughout the whole way, and I asked Starling Marte how he likes wearing it. He said, bien, muy bien. Very good, very good. Very comfortable for him, and he doesn't have to risk anything. Most importantly, getting spiked. That thing has metal throughout from the start to the finish of that thing that he's wearing, Greg.
Robbie, I guess you can thank Kung Fu Panda, Pablo Sandoval. Made the call to the Giants. Sandoval has been wearing that earlier in the year. He saw it, and the Pirates inquired, and courtesy of Kung Fu Panda. But yeah, you're not gonna do any damage to that. Tough to throw with it, Steve, though.
It is.
There he goes. He's picked off. Caught stealing goes 1, 3, 4.
You guess wrong, take off early, this is what happens. You guess right, you got an easy stolen base.
Marte caught stealing 1, 3, 4. He'll stay in the game to play left field. 2-2 now on the pinch hitter, John Buck. Buck hitting just a $175 against lefties. pops this one up, and first baseman Rizzo makes the catch for the second out. Don't forget, Free Shirt Friday tomorrow, 7:05. That's Josh Harrison showing you the t-shirt you'll receive tomorrow night, courtesy of Western Pennsylvania Toyota dealers. For tickets, go to pirates.com/Free Shirt Friday. Well, Clint Barmas coming on, and Dale Swaim comes out. Gets the baseball from the lefty James Russell. He's going to go to a right-hander in the bullpen. We'll return to PNC Park.
Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Trying to do that tonight for the 85th time this year. Back to Green Weenie. We're seeing the Jolly Roger and the Skull and Crossbones flag flying everywhere all over Western PA. We head down the home stretch this pennant race. Blake Parker, it's his 42nd appearance. Clint Barmas with the first at bat, came on to play shortstop in the top of this 8th inning.
28 strikeouts in 41 innings.
Barmas, a big time home run in yesterday's game. Ended up with 2 RBIs. And a bases loaded walk in the 4th inning, and the Pirates needed some insurance against Tanner Scheppers with 1 out yesterday. Well up the flagpole. El Cabong. A home run. And a soft liner foul. Steve, you've been out and about. Of course, for those that don't know, Steve was in Paris for a while. And you got back a couple days ago. Chance to go around town and see the excitement, the energy.
It was.
The electricity. There's a liner to left for Barnes on a 1-2 pitch. But to see everybody wearing Pirate shirts and caps and hoodies.
And the build-up since the 82nd win to see the Pirates come back into town. So many people say, we're going to be there. We're going to be there for this last homestand before the playoffs start.
Parmas the base hit. Jordy Mercer at the plate. Trying to get some insurance. Try and get McCutcheon to the plate again. Toward right, and that will. And that's headed toward the wall. And Parmas is going to be waved as Jordy Mercer delivers a big double for an insurance run to give the Bucks a 3-1 lead in the 8th.
Wow, absolutely perfect. Even down to the point where with 2 outs you're running on contact, so you're off to the races. Then it gets to the gap, to the wall, and it winds up being an easy trip around for Parmas. You see, he's off to the races. Ball gets out there, doesn't have much steam left by the time he gets to the wall, so it just kind of dies there. There he goes. Out to the trip sign, and it's a done deal.
And here the MVP chance again. Ball 1. Remember Clint Hurdle telling us late last year toward the end of the season, he said, I don't know what it's like to stand in the plate having a crowd chanting MVP. I've never had that happen to me. It's a first for him. How is he going to handle it? And he's hearing it again this year. Finished 3rd in MVP voting last season.
He's hearing it. It's a different kind of hearing it because I mean, he's been trained and developed to be locked in. So, yeah, he's hearing it, but then he'll step back at some point and watch these tapes and hear it. And it'll have a different meaning. It'll impact him more.
They're going to walk their MVP.
And the only thing that could make this worse is if they throw it to first base after they walk.
Justin Morneau likely not going to face Blake Parker. Lefty ready. Zach Roscoe. McCutcheon has walked intentionally, and here comes Dale Swain. See if Justin Morneau can make Dale Swain pay. Great touch catch leading off the 7th inning. Pirates have added to the lead here, scoring a run in the 8th. and they look for more. Against the rookie Zach Roskup. That's a sign they had to get at the sign store.
Yeah, that's serious.
So the lefty faces Justin Morneau with 2 on and 2 out.
There's the 4th appearance for this youngster.
Came over along with Matt Garza a couple years ago from Tampa Bay. They traded a handful of players to the Rays. In case the Pirates score a couple, 3, Jason Grilli loosens. It's got to be a little strange. But Grilli and Hurdle talked yesterday about it again. He's fine with how they're doing this. Ball 3-0. Hurdle wants to make sure that Grilli is as sharp as he was before he went on the DL. He's getting there. 3-0 on Morneau. Marlon Byrd on deck and a righty loosening in the bullpen. We could see yet another change.
One more pitch, you will. There it is.
4-pitch walk. That's what you get, Steve, oftentimes with young players. Even though the Cubs aren't involved at all in any kind of a pennant race, they're feeling it a bit. We know that feeling when there's nothing really to play for, but you get up for the games when you're playing teams that are involved in a pennant race.
Right, and you know, it sounds like an old tired cliche, but the integrity of the game, you're paid and paid handsomely to go out there and compete and give these folks their money's worth.
This is Morneau's 7th walk this season against a lefty, and Dale Swain is going to call on the righty. On the Stowe Rocks Vikings. I said earlier, both teams ranked in the top 5 of the Tribs high school rankings, and already quite a matchup. Watch it after post game in its entirety. Big time shootout going on right now in that game, but you'll see it in its entirety. Coming up after our post-game show, and here is Justin Grimm, fired from the Rangers in the Matt Garza deal in July. Most of the year in the Rangers rotation. Grimm was the American League's Rookie of the Month in April. 3 starts, was 2-0 with a 1.59 ERA. At third base, Jordy Mercer, he doubled in a run. Andrew McCutchen was walked intentionally. Justin Morneau, the only batter Zach Roskup faced, and he walked on 4 pitches, and now Marlon Byrd could really put a hurting on the Cubs, put this game away with a big swing.
What do they say? You never know how many you're going to need. Well, it's up the ante. Bird. The bird is a word. One of the all-time voted worst songs. Understandable. By Dave Barry. My version.
Your version?
Yeah. Oh yeah, by far. The original voted one of the worst of all time.
By the way, the Brewers now lead the Cardinals 4-0 in the 4th inning. The bird is the word.
Oh my goodness. It's come to this.
Oh, 2. Justin Grimm strikes out Marlon Byrd, so the lead is 2. This double off the bag. That was in the 4th inning and makes a spectacular catch. Our Honda player of the game, Andrew McCutchen. The catch came in the 7th, the double in the 2-run 4th. On base 2 more times, scored another run. Leading the way, 3 outs away from moving within a half game of first in the Central, with the Cardinals trailing in the 4th inning to the Brewers 4-0. And now Mark Melancon, who had to throw a bunch of pitches but got it done on Tuesday, struck out the first 2 batters he faced down in Arlington, and then ended up giving up 2 runs. 2 men were on base. Pirates were leading 5-4. In fact, the tying run 90 feet away, and he ended up striking out Adrian Beltre for his 13th save. Starling Marte stays in the game in left field. As he pinch ran for Gabby Sanchez. Get ready, MLB. Bucktober.
For the first time in a lot of years, Bucktober.
For the first time in almost 2 months, Jeff Locke, good chance of getting win number 10. But Melanson will face the 2-3-4 hitters Barney, Rizzo, and Murphy. Strike one. Melanson has been so efficient as the setup man and now as the interim closer. But boy, he really had to work the other night.
Up to the challenge. It's not always going to be a breeze.
Got it done.
Festival seating on the bench. Mark Melanson, what is it, September 12th? 8 free passes so far this season.
Crazy.
Priority 1, throw strikes.
And you look at over the last 30 plus years, not often has a team boasted 2 pitchers that can close out games like the Pirates have. And Grilli and Melanson. Grilli with 30, Melanson looking for his 14th. Did he go? He did, but he is going to reach on the strikeout. Darwin Barney, as the ball got away from Russell Martin. A strikeout, wild pitch.
Chased that pitch that was nowhere near the strike zone, just got through the wicket. And you love that extra run now.
Oh, do you ever? Here is their home run leader, Anthony Rizzo, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Line shot into center field. First and second, no one out. A strikeout, wild pitch, and now 2 on with no one out in the 9th.
Once it got by Melanson, that was hit so hard, you had to be on top of the ball to stop it. This rip, see Barnes going over there. If it's hit any softer, they've got a chance to get at least one.
Here's Donnie Murphy, who was 0 for 3 against Jeff Locke. A couple of strikeouts and a fine play by Jordy Mercer to retire him. And bunting the ball in the air. Oh my.
Going for the tie in the 9th.
Pops up the bunt to Russell Martin.
That wasn't too big an out.
Easy for Russell Martin after it was popped up. And Donnie Murphy is retired. 2 on, 1 out, and the batter Junior Lake, who extended his hitting streak to 9 straight games with an infield single in the 4th. He was robbed of a hit by McCutchen, leading off the 7th inning. Junior Lake, an impressive rookie. After McCutchen robbed him, Lake was recalled from AAA Iowa July the 19th. Strike one. 6'3", 215 pounds. Reached AA for the first time 2 years ago.
And Melanson just keeps coming at you with strikes. Keeps coming after you with strikes. forcing the issue. He forces the issue.
Lake has hit into just one double play. 0-2. Anxious moments now. 3-1, 2 on, 1 out. Melanson trying to get the job done. And a fly ball to shallow center. There's McCutcheon. 2 away.
He just keeps coming at you with strikes.
Now they'll get up.
Good looking cut fastball there, slider, whatever you want to call it. Perfectly placed.
Bottom of the 4th inning in St. Louis. The Brewers are leading 4-0. And the folks can see that scoreboard here at PNC Park.
Brewers got a 2-run home run from Sean Halton.
Wellington Castillo to the plate. 2 on, 2 out. Castillo has struck out, walked, and grounded out.
23,000 looking for a flagpole.
Two. Block, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That keeps Barney at second and Rizzo at first. Big time block there.
No escape for that baseball.
Melanson tries to save it for Jeff Locke. Two and two. Darnell McDonald is on deck. Castillo with 28 RBIs on the year. Jeff Locke looking for his first win since July 21st. To short, a bobble to second, light him up and raise the Jolly Roger. The Pirates win their 4th in a row and their first of their final 11 games of the regular season homestand.
What a way to come home after the sweep of the Rangers and send a message to everybody else. We are coming home, and we'd like to send a little message here. Opening game of this homestand. The energy level in this ballpark was absolutely terrific.
Magic number to clinch a playoff berth has been reduced to 9. And we'll just